welcome back to another Hogwarts Legacy theory video. Just like all theories that come up on the internet, it's based off the trailer, because honestly, where else are you gonna get it from? So the main thing I want to point out is the relationship between the goblins and the Avatar, because it seems like the goblins and the Avatar have some type of known relationship of one knowing one of the other, or that the main character seems traumatized by the goblins in some shape, way, or form. And what I mean by that is, you see it in the trailer. It's just like there's something weird going on. Like, it just screams like the main character seems kind of scared. At first I was just thinking like, oh, maybe because dark wizards are involved, but then, or maybe cut off, like right here at this scene, cut off to where he heard something from what they were talking about. Maybe he told them or whatever, and he just found out the secrets or whatever. But either or, what it could be, there's something there, and so that is what my theory is based off about and such. So the very first theory right off the bat is that the child is fused with ancient magic. I mean, I kind of dove down into it. It's just a theory I really need to get out there just to know, just so when the game comes out, I will be 100% right and I will be on the money. Fused with ancient magic. The second theory is that it is well known in the wizarding community that goblins don't have wands, right? Obviously, you see that in the films and such. And they don't have wands or anything like that, and they want wands. And when you find out from the Pottermore lore and stuff like that, is that they want to know how to make it. And it's kind of weird because they are known to making magical artifacts and stuff like that, except for wands. And wizards are the only ones who know. So this theory kind of goes along with that, is that the main character, the wand that we use from the main character, the wand chooses the main character as such, the avatar and everything, that it was the goblins who made it. So this was actually the very first goblin made wand. Well, not the first, it's probably a bunch of mistakes and stuff like that. But to make the wand and stuff like that magical, obviously they have personal feelings and stuff like that, because they can choose the wizard. And so the wand probably ended up choosing a person who was non-magical and gave them magical abilities. And I feel like since the goblins botched their own wand, they probably used ancient magic of some sorts to make it. So that is how a muggle was able to use magic and can respond to ancient magic and look for ancient magic, because relatively similar in way and shape and form of some sorts. Now, the third theory that I have for it is that the child was adopted or founded by the goblins, and the goblins wanted the child from the child's bloodline. Either everyone's favorite theory is that descendant of Merlin, since he is well known about ancient magic and stuff like that. But I want to avoid being away from that, but it's still a possibility and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not going to take it as my own. It's not really a theory I like particularly and that I kind of support, but it is a theory that's out there and such. And so the goblins keep the kid in hiding, and then the kid gets founded and is now going to Hogwarts because it is a magical wizard that was put in hiding, and they throw him into the age-appropriate year that he or she should be in. Now, the fourth theory is very similar, except for instead of goblins, it was the muggles. And it could be either way. Dark wizards or some other wizarding family hid he or she, or they, or whatever you want to call it, the avatar, I'll just stick with that, hid the avatar within the muggle community for such a long time, until somehow it was brought into enlightenment when goblins probably found out, because it's obviously the goblins, not the dark wizards. And yeah, and it's the same story as if the goblins had Adam and such. And not the last one. The next theory is that the child, since we know the child is a fifth year, and I really strongly believe that gains magic, some means or ways as we just described, that the child will probably die or probably lose magic forever, and that will probably be the ultimate sacrifice that the character will have to make. It just makes sense to me if this is like a canon story and we're kind of telling it. So it doesn't matter how evil or how good the character is, because it's such a small moment in history that it's not really recorded or very important, or may have been lost in the details of it all. And that only the goblins know of whoever this character will, the history of it will never come to light. And then the other one is that the magic that you see, the dark magic that you see, the goblins have been possessed by and stuff like that, it seems like, or empowering the goblins, is tied in with the main avatar as to like how they have their abilities and stuff like that. And that's probably the main sacrifice, is for the main character to give up their powers for the goblins to lose this ancient dark magic that there is. And the main character is probably some type of ancient magic of some sorts. Or if you saw in my last video, obviously the whole homunculus thing. I really hope it's a homunculus, because it would just make sense. Goblins, homunculus, like goblins making artificial wizards and stuff like that. I mean, why wouldn't they make artificial goblins or whatever? But I mean, like, probably in their formula they probably figured like goblin blood is part of this and etc. And they probably want the boy back for themselves and such. I'm retracting back to my original video. I just think it's such a good theory, and I 100% agree with it and stuff like that. But yeah, those are my theories for the video. I really would love to hear anybody else's theories for the Hogwarts Legacy game and stuff like that. I just love looking up like everybody's different theories and hearing out like everyone's theories and stuff like that. And I just can't wait until the game comes out, and then we could just point out who's right or wrong about the whole thing, or none of us was right and there's crazy plot twist. Like the one plot twist I am cooking up in my brain right now as I'm doing this video is that the goblins that we see in the Dark Wizards aren't probably the main villain, or maybe the mastermind behind it all, and that it was all orchestrated for the character to gain power and for the goblins and etc, and set up everything for them to get their hands on some type of ancient magic. And that the goblins and the Dark Wizards are just some by means tools to them to get what they want, while they are trying to strive for what they want. But yeah, so that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment down below your favorite theories and stuff like that, or even new theories that you came up with, because I would love to hear them. And if it's a theory I really like way better than my homunculus one, I am definitely going to make a video about it, just so I can point out like that theory is the greatest theory I've ever heard. And not because there's so much facts to revolve around it, it's just the fact that it just sounds really cool, like story element to be thrown around, because you know, I kind of want to see something that's not really done in a storyboard kind of thing. So it'd be really cool to hear new ideas like that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you and bye.